Yeah, okay. What are my hopes for Chinatown? I don't know how to sum all that up, but my hope is that that Vancouverites embrace it, see its value, and don't allow it to be swept away. Don't allow, don't allow larger market forces at play around it to wipe it out. It would be a terrible loss, I think. It's uh, it's a vibrant, interesting place. It's a place I'm down there. I'm down there several days a week, every week. I think people are drawn to different experiences, to unique experiences. I mean, you can why go and eat in some restaurant that's owned by a multinational that has no interest in the locality really, that's really just part of a massive marketing operation. Um, when you can actually go and eat in a space that is created by locals for locals, that have people whose feet are on the ground in this city and have an interest in the city and its people. I would choose to eat in a place like that. Um, so there, I should plug. I plugged one restaurant already. So how about Chinatown Barbecue Meats? You should go down there and meet the great people who are running that. Uh, Meet Carol Lee. She's actually turned into something of a waitress of late, working really hard. So my hopes for Chinatown, I think, are that those kind of spaces will grow, that people will embrace them. They'll take their wallets out and they'll lay it on the table for their barbecued duck or their char siu, and will invest in the local business, um, local community. I mean, we live in a world where the word globalization is it's everywhere. It's a I mean, this is a trope of our times, globalization. But we also need the local very much. We need to have a grounding in where we live, and to build communities where we live, um, and support local business, local initiatives, local culture, local art making, local music making, dance making. There's all sorts going on. There are interesting gallery spaces in Chinatown. Um, it's a center of Cantonese opera. Maybe a lot of people don't know that. Um, so there's so much down there. I think my hope is that it continues. We don't allow it to slip away, and that we build on it. It's tremendously valuable. Uh, so many. I mean, I'm from England, right? And I saw history all around me, and I used to walk to church along Roman ruins, right? Um, this sense that there are layers of culture and history around you is so important. It's so enriching. And in Canada, we're a young country, but we have history. We have um, layers of culture. We have all kinds of interesting, diverse cultural ways of seeing the world. And we're richer if we embrace that. And Chinatown's part of embracing that. So my hope is it keeps going, and we keep valuing it and build on it. Um, I think I'll leave it there. I'm getting hungry. I probably need to go down to Chinatown for some for some congee.
My hopes for Chinatown is for it to continue to grow and to have people coming back to Chinatown, to have late hour shopping and people coming out of restaurants. I think to a certain extent we're starting to see that happen again in Chinatown, and it's really heartening to see. For a number of years in the 1990s and going into 2000, you saw the Chinatown even early into the evenings. It was pitch dark. It was deserted. Nobody wanted to be in Chinatown. It was a scary place to be in the evenings. Um, and I want to see Chinatown. My hope for Chinatown is for it to bring people back, to have community in Chinatown, to have a diversity of arts and culture. And we're seeing that with new art galleries flourishing in Kiefer Street and in Pender Street. And we're starting to see, with the new Sunhua Center, how it's bringing artists together as a cultural hub. You see the Center A International Art Gallery bringing in new artists across Canada and the world, and having exhibits each month. I think that's really heartening to see. Is that people are seeing Chinatown as much more than just an ethnic enclave. That's much more than just Chinese people. No, this is actually part of Vancouver. And not only is it part of Vancouver, it's an arts and cultural hub of Vancouver. And it's really heartening to see that some of the seeds of this is being sown right now. And I'm really heartened to see in the next 5 to 10 years how much more growth we'll see. And as young people, university students are coming back. They care about the history of Chinatown. And you see that these new groups, nonprofits, starting up and holding offices in Chinatown. Like the recent Youth Collaborative in Chinatown, having Mahjong out in the streets on Kiefer Street is really, really quite heartwarming to see. So I see a great future for Chinatown, but my hope is that this is just the beginning, and that there is going to be much more of this happening in the next number of years in Chinatown.
Our goal is to really have people understand that there's still a neighborhood here, and that there are ways to bring back the cultural activities and revitalize the neighborhood in a way that doesn't depend on new developments and businesses. Businesses may comprise a huge part of the neighborhood, but I think it would be really nice to see programming and active public spaces. And we really find inspiration in Chicago's Chinatown, where there was an investment into public amenities and community amenities, like a new library, parks, schools, and that sort of thing. And I think, and that Chinatown is the only one in North America that has been growing as opposed to shrinking. And I think we could definitely take a page out of